Okay, now let's talk a little bit about implementing VLANs and VLAN security. We're going to discuss VLAN segmentation, VLAN implementation, VLAN security and design, and then we will wrap the chapter up. Some of the objectives that we are going to look over in this unit are going to be able to explain the purpose of a VLAN in a switched network, kind of why do we use it, what does it do, analyze how a switch provides frames-based VLAN configuration in a multi-switched environment. We're going to configure a switch port to be assigned to a VLAN based on requirements. We're going to configure a trunk port on LAN switch. We're going to configure dynamic trunk protocol. We're going to troubleshoot VLAN and trunk configurations in a switched network, and then we're going to configure security features to mitigate attacks in a VLAN segmented environment. And we'll also explain security best practices for VLAN segmented environments as well. Some of the reasons why we use VLANs is to help improve our network performance. In the separation of a large broadcast domain into smaller ones. If our traffic knows where it's going in smaller sections, it can get there faster instead of it going through a wide open space trying to figure out how it's getting there and where it's going. By design, routers will block broadcast traffic at an interface. However, our routers normally have a limited number of LAN interfaces. Those are your Ethernet ports, not your serial ports. A router's primary role is to move information between networks, but not provide network access to end devices. That goes to our switches. So the role of providing access to a LAN goes to our access layer switch. And then we can have what's called a virtual local area network, or a VLAN, and that is created on a layer 2 switch to reduce the size of a broadcast domain. It acts similar to a layer 3 device. Our VLANs are commonly incorporated into a network design, making it easier for a network to support the goals of your organization. It makes things work better. While VLANs are primarily used within the switched local area networks, some of the modern implementations of VLANs allow them to span the MANs and WANs. What we're going to go over is to cover how to configure, manage, and troubleshoot VLANs and VLAN trunks. We'll also examine security considerations, because remember, that's one of the things we always need to keep top priority when we're working with our networks, is we want to keep our networks